Hello, dear pupils. I'm very glad to welcome all of you in the House of Knowledge. It's our first lesson and experience in such way of teaching and studying. My name is Катекаев Гусинжан Меджидович. Добро пожаловать в Дом знаний. During the webinar, you are free to ask any questions on the topic of the webinar, and I'll give you answers during this or the following webinar. You must write your questions in the comments. I'm going to ask you some questions too, so be ready to answer them. Before we start, check the sound, the picture. I think everything is okay and we are ready to start. As you have watched our video lessons and asked us some questions, I've prepared answers to some common questions on the topic. And the topic of our webinar today is Scotland. Сегодня мы разберем наиболее часто задаваемые вопросы учащимися по теме Шотландии. I wonder, how much do you know about Scotland? Get ready to give answers to my questions. Well, is Scotland situated in the north or in the south of Britain? Of course, Scotland is situated in the north of Britain. Scotland is a country in the north of Great Britain. It is a part of the United Kingdom. Scotland is divided into three natural regions: the southern uplands, the central lowlands, and the highlands and islands. A lot of places in Scotland are a natural paradise, still untouched by man. And what is the capital of Scotland? Well, the capital of Scotland is Edinburgh, well known for its castle. Glasgow is the industrial capital of Scotland, and it is the third largest city in Great Britain. The typical products of Scotland are timber, whiskey, salmon. Golf is the Scottish natural sport, and it seems to have originated in this country. And do you know how is the special skirt called that men wear in Scotland? Well, it is called kilt. A kilt is a type of knee-length non-bifurcated skirt with pleats at the back, originating in the traditional dress of Gaelic men and boys in the Scottish Highlands. It is first recorded in the 16th century as a great kilt, a full-length garment whose upper half could be worn as a cloak. A small kilt or modern kilt emerged in the 18th century and is essentially the bottom half of the great kilt. Since the 19th century, it has become associated with the wider culture of Scotland and more broadly with Gaelic or Celtic heritage. It is most often made of woolen cloth in a tartan pattern. And it is a very interesting fact that Scots consider one person to be the national heritage of the country. Maybe you know his name. He is a poet, well-known Scottish poet. Yes, we are talking about Robert Burns. Robert Burns is a very famous Scottish poet. His poems are known all over the world. He knew English perfectly, but sometimes he wrote in Scottish, the dialect of English. Robert Burns liked gathering old folk poems. You can also find out much more about his biography and about his life in your books or in the internet. And the following words can help you when you talk about traditional dishes of Scotland. Remember them: heart, сердце, liver, печень, lungs, легкие, recite, читать вслух, to read aloud, читать громко, toast, произносить тост, raising their glasses, поднимать свои бокалы, turnip, репа, accompanied by, подается вместе с, served with, подается с. My friends, next we are going to talk today is teeth. To remember the vocabulary of the topic, dental anatomy, the structure of teeth. Let's begin with words. Enamel, эмаль, calcium, кальций, toothpaste with fluoride, зубная паста, стол. Milk teeth, молочные зубы. Permanent teeth, постоянные коренные зубы. Tooth decay, caries. Acid bacteria, кислые бактерии, кислотные бактерии. By the way, how many times a day do you brush your teeth? Well, the American Dental Association, considered the country's top authority on all things oral health related, recommends brushing at least twice a day with a fluoride-containing toothpaste. This is enough to maintain good dental hygiene and is easy to remember. Just do it when you get up and before you go to bed. But what if you do it more than twice a day? Well, if you really want your teeth to be in tip-top shape, it's a good idea to brush more than twice a day. In fact, brushing after each meal might be your best bet. When you eat and drink, bacteria in your mouth can release acids that damage the enamel of your teeth, leaving them vulnerable to decay and dulling their white color. By brushing after a meal, you'll get rid of the acids and keep your teeth from being damaged. Let's have a look at the structure of a tooth. Well, we have here crown, коронка, root, корень, gum, десна, jawbone, челюстная кость, enamel, эмаль, dentin, дентин, pulp, пульпа, cementum, цементное вещество. I think for many people the most scaring thing when we talk about teeth is a dentist. Visiting a dentist makes people be so scared or even faint. You should remember the following terms while visiting a dentist. Fasten, закреплять. Outer, внешний. Substance, вещество. Material, вещество. Layer, слой. Blood vessels, кровеносные сосуды. Nerve, нерв. Securely, надежно. Canines, клыки. Molars, резцы. Incisors, коренные зубы. Well, my friends, in conclusion of our webinar, I'd like you to remember simple rules to take care of your teeth. Wash them at least twice a day and never be afraid to visit a dentist. Do it at least once a year. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.